Alrighty, yo, welcome back to the latest entertainment show on the planet. And of course, you know how we bring you true vibes, especially when it's TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, guys. I hope you're feeling good about yourself, because I am. Yes, it's been a wonderful night rest for me. I don't know about you guys, but I hope you had a great one. And of course, I never do the show alone. I always have somebody special with me in the building. And today, it's just me and one beautiful lady. We've never done this before, so it's, me time. About to get some me time. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you,
What's
as
up?
you can see. Anyways, man, you know you can join the conversation by calling in on 0909-8408-408 to share your opinions on trending topics, discussions, videos, opinions, whatever it is you want to talk about, we're there for you. So come on, bring it on. All right, man, so let's get straight into the business of the day by seeing the first video. Let's go. Alrighty, well, that child is sleeping outside. That child is not coming back home, definitely. You're gonna have to stay wherever.
Yo, that child is going to get the beating of his life.
No. Beating is not the answer. I'll just kick him out.
What?
You turn to man of God by all means. I'm not playing.
Yo, even I was scared just watching the video.
Oh, yeah, but imagine just waking up in the middle of the night to go pee. And you see that.
Yo, I will freeze.
What's the scariest thing that's happened to you?
Seeing a snake come out of the toilet.
Really, you saw that?
In secondary school.
When you're about to use it? Or you just said the story?
No, like I was about to use the toilet and I saw a snake come out. I don't
Is it a big snake?
It was small. It was those slim ones that linger.
What?
I was so scared.
That would have been so scary.
I was so scared.
The thought of it
The
scares
thought of
me.
even wanting to use it again now.
Were you not traumatized?
What?
Were you
Even
able to
during
use
camp,
the
I
toilet?
couldn't use
I'm gonna go push
camp.
you.
Honestly, actually,
Like,
I was trying to sugarcoat it, but yeah, that was the movement.
Short put things.
That's right. That's right.
Anyways, for me, I think it's my car crash, because I actually thought I was gonna die.
Oh, okay. I think that
the airbags came out, and I actually thought I was in heaven. Then I woke up and I started seeing people.
How do you think you're in heaven?
No, because the airbags are really scary as well. The way they with the impact on your face, the slap safe. In my head was singing, hallelujah. I thought angels were everywhere around me, like, okay. But yeah, that must have been.
But we thank God for life. We thank God for life.
It's actually the 12th year anniversary. It was on April 3rd.
Bad things always happen in April. Most of my most traumatic experiences always happen in April.
Well, one of the best things that's ever happened to me in life is my father being born in April. So good things happen in April.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I tap into your glory.
All right. Anyways, let's see the second trending video.
Yeah, hello, bro. I think I'm stuck in a lift. Yeah, there are some girls here who are lifting my spirits.
Lekkemeri, yeah.
Belgium, hey. Christian Dior.
Yeah, hello, bro. I think I'm stuck in a lift. Yeah, there are some girls here who are lifting my spirits.
Lekkemeri, yeah.
Belgium, hey. Christian Dior.
Alrighty, so
No, it was smooth.
Are you sure?
It was smooth. No, I have to give it to him.
What's the best pickup line you got?
No, it was a basic one, but it made me laugh. Did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Because I was like, what? Okay,
no, finish it. No one wants to hear it.
Did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Or are you a lizard? Because I got my eyes on you. It was corny, but it was.
Are you a lizard? Because I got my eyes on you.
I got my eyes on you.
Oh, I got my lizard. Okay. Don't call me a lizard. Come on, what's wrong with you? Are you alright?
All those corny pickup lines, I'm like,
I think my own best pickup line that I use all the time and it works is that, man, God wasn't resting on the seventh day because
Hey,
he was spending the
hey,
eighth day walking.
hey,
Come
okay,
on. He wasn't resting. Okay.
Okay, no, I felt that one.
Okay, yeah.
But this guy, no.
God
this
was
guy
not resting for some days, though. That 7 day, he rested for some other day. On the 7th day, he was still working on
No,
some
God took
perfection.
his time on some people. He took his time.
It's happened.
Okay.
On the 8th day, Seven was still working.
That's. I don't know where version the fact got his own from.
No, like, come on, man. You see some girls and you're like, no, you can't be.
No, okay, true that. There's some
6
people
days.
you would see and you're like, nah, you can't be part of the
And
creation.
they were supposed to be resting, you know. The resting, it was just doing soft walk on you. No, just sprinkling a little bit of, you know, a little bit of everything.
Okay. No.
Anyways, you know, you can holler by, you know, telling us your pickup lines. Let's do pickup lines today, guys. So yeah, you can call in on 0909. You already know the rest. I'm sure it's gonna appear on the screen in a bit. Anyway, Nigerian rapper M.I has lamented that the effect of bad parenting on society and people's response to situations, according to him, one's response to life situation was a product of the person's upbringing and the type of parenting they received. He wrote, you can survive bad parenting, but it will impact your life. Look at how we treat each other online and how we interface with different perspectives. We are raised by a generation that flocked us to listen rather than take time to clarify. So we insult rather than patiently discuss. The big joke is this: who we are today and what our society is today is as a result of the parenting we actually received. Maybe the beating, abuse, kicking, name calling, religious rituals, strictness in presence of holiness actually doesn't work. My new code: discipline, focus, hard work, reading, and data-driven analysis and rigorous skepticism of beliefs. Deep. This was deep. Like this guy came to rap for us. He should put this into one of his albums.
Give us lyrics.
Yeah, you should put this into one of his
His
songs.
albums,
Yeah,
true that.
no, but on the real, what do you think about, you know, what everything he said?
Okay, personally, I'm going to start with a definition I stand by. Values. Values are standard rules and criteria that influence and determine how individuals behave in a society. Now, I personally, in as much as bad parenting has its take on an individual's life or a child's life, it also does not determine who that person is going to be. Because for example, now I have a friend, or I have a lot of friends that are pastors' children. They
turned out good.
They turned out bad. They were raised right. They were raised properly by their parents. They were given discipline and everything. They went to school. In terms of discipline, peers also have their own contribution.
Don't you know spiritual talk?
No, I doubt. Like, you are raised right in a Christian home, and then when you go to school, you're affected by peers, and then you tend to take a diverse turn. Now, parents, in as much as bad parenting affects children, because there are different types of bad parenting. There's the physical abuse, there's the mental abuse, there's neglection, there's sexual abuse as well. There's a lot of things that that bad parenting contributes to a person's or a child's life. Now, then again, like he said, I actually support what he's saying. He said, okay, he was raised a type of way that it doesn't mean that punishing a child, flogging a child, beating a child is going to mend the child. There's some children that beat them from now to tomorrow. It's not going to change anything. They're not going to change. They're still going to be who they are. Okay, beating doesn't do anything to them. But then again, some parents ought to know that it's not always by beating your child that you get your child to be disciplined or to listen. Then again, you can talk to your child. But then again, some children don't listen. Okay, there are different approaches to mend a child or to build a child than just always hitting them or punishing them or abusing them. But we have grown up with this mentality, African mentality, that you have to beat a child, correct a child, you have to beat them if they are not hearing word, if they are not being disciplined, you have to hit them, flog them and everything. But it doesn't always turn out right. You end up scaring the child. You make them either scared of you or rebellious.
True.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all the product of our society, and of course, man, if you actually want to think about it, what you see around you, you know, molds your orientation. The first institution you ever get into is the family. Which is why, you know, parenting matters a lot. It is the first institution before you even know that there's any such thing as a community, there's any such thing as a school, there's any such thing. So that institution remains at epic of all the other institutions that you would eventually attend.
Yeah, like
life.
they say, charity
so
begins at home.
which is why for me, I totally agree. I can't take anything. Yes, values are good. I could have values, but I could still have some things that I do based on what I have learned.
Okay.
Now you see a lot of men that have values, that are good people. They actually go by the book, but it's either they have anger issues.
True that.
It's either they act like a child. It's either they it's either they're perverts. It's either they use bad words. It's either they're always moody. It's just, all of those things was formed in their childhood by what they saw, which is the first institution, family, parenting. So it doesn't even have to be your biological parents. You know, some people are kept in the hands of guidance and all of that, and you find out that most of them are not living according to, you know, how things should be. And then there are some things that will shape you, mold you, and you begin to become less and less and less connected to the society, because the first society you ever knew in your life has shaped your person. So I can grow, I can learn values, I can learn principles, I can learn all of those things. But what's the first thing that I was built by? Yeah,
I understand that charity begins at home, and the first, you know, the first people you are being introduced to is the parents. I can give an example now. For example, someone like Angel. You know, Angel Smith in Big Brother. Okay, they're quick to condemn her that they were comparing her.
Her mom,
you see her mom. Oh, it's because of the mother didn't raise her well. That's why she's like this. That's why she has tattoo. That's why at the age of 21, she's this way, she's that way. She's very. I can understand that. Yeah, parents also play a role to a child's upbringing. But then again, there's some parents that actually do discipline their children, bring them up in the right way. But peers and society, once they leave the home, peers and society also affect their way.
For me, right, I just feel like, you know, you should allow every individual have their own personality. Don't try to live vicariously through me. Don't try to impose what you want on me as a parent. So I think, you know, a lot of parents out there should try and do better doing that, because we have, you know, where the parents are always forcing you should read medicine, you should do this.
True that.
So we're always a product of what our parents want. So one way or another, but I wasn't built like that. Were you? Did you have that type?
Was like, my mom wanted me to study law. My mom kind of imposed, oh, I want you to study law, I want you to go to Abuja, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. But I personally, I took my way out. My dad was the type of dad that, oh, do whatever makes you happy, do what you think you'll be successful in. And when I took that step, my life got better. My life got better, and I was happy that I made that decision. I made decisions for myself, because I'm doing what I love and getting paid for it. You understand? And also, let me give another reference. There's this trending topic or trending issue that is on about the child sex tape. Okay, now most viewers, when her mom came out and was giving her take on the issue that, oh, her daughter got raped and everything, people were comparing. They started digging out the mom's pictures and everything and comparing that, oh, it's because you're like this and your daughter is like this, and then again and again. And when I don't know if you watched the video, but
no, I wouldn't.
I saw the video, it was trending online, and it turned out that she was crying that her daughter was raped. While I mean, it was
the mom's video?
Yeah,
I watched the mom's video, where the mom spoke about it.
She was like, oh, her daughter was raped. I
thought you asked me for the little girls, if I watched the little girls.
No, I see what you're trying to do, but it's okay.
No, did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw it.
You watched it? Well, as a woman, though, I think, like, I'll feel like a pedophile for watching it's child pornography. I wouldn't bring myself
it was on Twitter, and it was
I saw it. I just wouldn't watch it.
I had to get to the bottom of it to testify, because her mom was crying she was raped, but in the video it was something else. So
what do you think? Let's touch on that story.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay, now before we saw the video, before the video came out, okay, we're already quick to judge, like, oh, why was the school quiet about it? Why did the school hide it? Oh, the school took her for a pregnancy test without the knowledge of her parents, and this. We're already quick to condemn the school and attack the school. But when the video surfaced, we saw that it was something else. The daughter was actually the one, you know, pushing,
making advances.
No, she was the main character. It was consensual. Let me just put it like that. It was consensual.
But do you think there's anything like consensual between kids?
Yes, I think so.
You think there's something consensual between kids? You think kids can actually give each other consent? They're even too young. They can't make it. They're not of legal age. So whatever they were doing, right? It wasn't. There's no such thing as consensual.
But in the video, it doesn't look like she was being forced.
In the video, that's what it looks like. But the age is what we should consider, because we would have other kids of that same age that such will happen to. I feel like, oh, we can say there's consent. There's no such thing as consent between those kids. It's like a child who inherited his father's property, a 10-year-old child inherited his father's property, and I'm the uncle, and then I come and I'm like, my boy, just sign this thing and will it to me. If that boy goes to court when he's of age, the court will give him back all his property because he couldn't have consented to transferring the property to me. Do you understand? So how do you transfer your personal body, your body, as a 10-year-old child? I think it's the same thing. Giving it to another person, there's no such thing as consent between kids. So which is why we must still tread softly, because these are young lives. They have a lot of years ahead of them. They have a lot of things to achieve. If we start condemning them and talking about consent, now this is the bad parenting we're talking about in the society, where we allow certain things go because we feel like that's how it is. We're all talking down, but these are kids. That's the first thing we always need to remember.
True that. I see where you're coming from, and I actually support your view. You make a lot of sense though. But then again, in the video, like what I said, maybe she might not have, like, I understand the part you're coming in terms of consensuality, but then again, she wasn't forced. This is something that she wanted to do. This was something that she approved of. There's a difference between, okay, when you are into it, you support it, you want to do it, and then when an adult forces you to against your will. Those are two different things. I don't know if you're seeing where I'm coming from.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Anyways, man, you can join the conversation by hollering on 0909 8408 8408 0909 8408 408. And of course, let's move on to the next story. Nigerian music star Wizkid has responded to Banky W's recent comments about his absence from his wedding. Banky W and his wife Adesua Etomi were guests at Ebuka's interview. Yes, it's a very popular one. Banky W had revealed that it was disappointed with the former EME signee for not showing up at his wedding. In quotes, he said, "Was I disappointed that he wasn't at the wedding? I was, but I know he tried, because there was a show with a lot of the artists, which is One Africa, which he was speaking about." However, Wizkid tweeted in response to that, under a tweet that showed this interview, and it was like, LOL. I'm beginning to think maybe there's another meaning for LOL. What do you think that would have been?
The common meaning we know is laugh out loud.
And maybe Wizkid was saying love on life.
Love on life.
Yeah.
Let's define that.
Love.
See, there's no.
Let's
just be honest. Let's just be honest, because the moment I saw that tweet, like, I mean, I understood. I saw where Banky was coming from, and as soon as I saw Wizkid's tweet, I personally felt it was very disrespectful.
How?
It was of the issue. He was disappointed that Wizkid didn't show up for his wedding. They had history together. Wizkid was under his record label, EME, and I mean, he brought him to the limelight. You understand? And yeah, I understand he will feel disappointed that Wizkid didn't come, but then again, okay, he said Wizkid had a concert and everything, but Tiwa Savage, the full story, Tiwa Savage went for that same concert, but afterwards, he still came for his wedding. There was no business class, so she had to take economy just to make it for the wedding. That was sacrifice, you understand? So he felt personally that Wizkid of all people should have, he felt a bit disappointed. And then what Wizkid could do was post the hello. I was like, nah.
It's always funny to me the way we always speak one side of the story and don't hear the other side of the story. Because I watched like the old 2 and the something hours video, and I was waiting. Now we saw Adesua reacting to things that she wasn't even present in. That was one. So we saw a one-sided thing. So the whole bringing up Tiwa Savage safe was the height of disrespect to Wizkid, if you want to look at it, because if you actually do understand and you're not bitter and you're not holding on to it, you should not even bring Tiwa that, okay, no, I know he tried, and you leave it right there. You understand? Between me and Wizkid, right? Now why did he have to bring up Tiwa Savage? For what reason? To what end? To what gain? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, why Banky? Why nobody did tackle Banky? Why did he have to bring up Tiwa? You already said you were disappointed, but you understand. So if you do understand, why are you bringing up another person who is another musician that wasn't even in your record label, that wasn't as close to you as Wizkid? Do you understand? And you have to bring that person as the next example.
Cool.
That's a sign of I'm bitter. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, but that's the fact. He was actually bitter and he wasn't happy about it. And
then, then why are you acting like it's cool? Then, secondly, has anybody asked Wizkid about this? Has Wizkid ever responded? Now, the funny thing is, do we know, even if Wizkid's... So I was having this conversation with, my girlfriend this morning, and I was telling her that, come on, that nobody even know whether they invited Wizkid for the wedding save. Maybe it was waiting now. Maybe it was just online. Then Wizkid now they want to say, bros, congratulations. They're like, you go show now. He said, we go there to Dubai, but I go try. You know that kind of thing. Okay, but bros, you know invite me. I just say if I don't see him, you go to the wedding. You go.
But what if he actually gave him an invite?
I'm not saying, I'm just being the devil's advocate.
Okay.
I don't know, of course, I want to believe Banky W, but I'm just saying that there's different things that could have happened why people would not show up for people's weddings. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah.
Now, in that point, I felt like in that space, okay, instead of replying...
And it wasn't like they were best of friends at the moment, you know, right?
Sure, that, but instead of, like, for example, he saw it, Wizkid saw it. Now, he replied LOL. Instead of that comment in particular...
What was he supposed to do? Address the issue?
Say his own part of the issue.
Doesn't address any. Now
that's the thing. It's better he didn't say anything at all than to have responded with LOL.
We love me and Wizkid. So I'm very biased on this one. Do you get me? Like Wizkid does not even address his own life issues. Not to talk about somebody else's life and disappointment. Wizkid doesn't even address his own disappointment to us. Wizkid did not give us album for a long time. We're very disappointed. Baba did not see anything. He was using us catch cruise.
Now let me ask you this. This one is to you. Okay, let's say you poured out your heart to somebody. You sent a long text message complaining about something that you don't like or something the person did to you or how it affected you or how it hurt you, and the person at the end of it, the person just put LOL.
Well, it just shows me that that's how the person rates me. So I'll move on. I'll keep it moving. Do you understand? That means I gave you more ratings than you gave me. Do you understand? So which is, I feel like, which is what Wizkid is like. You can't faze me. I'm not bothered. That's the. So I don't see it as disrespect, right? Because I don't know the back end of Wizkid's story. Maybe it's funny to be like, are you kidding me? I gave him 200 million for crying out loud for his wedding, and this guy still went to say
but this. Then we're even forgetting the fact that he also apologized for not being there. Like, if I'm being fair, Wizkid also apologized for.
So if we already apologized, I called, obviously Wizkid will not say Banky W and say we will not gift him something. He probably sent him a car, he probably sent him money, he probably sent him something important as well. Do you understand? Like, he probably even came to, come on, like he could have done so many. It could have been when he came back to Nigeria, he went for a solid visit with his sister, his mother, and then Banky W is still saying this. That's how I respond to hello. Like, okay. To be honest. Why? I don't know, Sha, but see, all of these things we're talking about, they're all speculations. How you feel is how I feel. But of course, we would love to hear from Wizkid, but I know he's never going to give us that satisfaction. Wizkid never give you that satisfaction. Unfortunately.
But we just have to feed with the meat that we're being given. Just have to ingest
chop down.
You guys tell us what you think. Call us on our